goes through turn 1. Very nicely, big slide. Wow. That was a big slide. And we have 5 minutes left of quali. Time Lord has spun round here. And Honsa blasts past to continue his push lap and try and go even faster here. And through turn 9, it goes off the track. Lucky to not invalidate. Does he continue the lap? What will the lap be? He doesn't go fastest. So he's messed up the final sector there. And Pig's been sick for 3 days. I'm surprised. Me too, bro. Well done. 3/10 off of the Dominator from last week. Madav comes out of the pit lane, and Time Lord goes past him, and I think Time Lord is on a lap right now. Goes to turn 2 and 3. Gets the car stopped nicely. And let's see how Time Lord can go, because he's currently 17.4 seconds off the pace. He's on low fuel, so I doubt he'll be finishing this lap. So that's unfortunate for Time Lord, who's on a lap right now. I think Lika is. Yeah, I think Lika is on a lap. And he continues down to turn 4. I just didn't catch what his first sector was. But, knowing Lika, I think it was a good first sector. Now through turn 6. Hits the curb, but I think it bounced him onto the track a bit, and he's pretty much exactly a 10th down on his second sector. So what will his lap be here in the end? He needs a great final sector here, but he goes off the track, and that will be lap over for Lika. He's got 3 minutes to find more time. Let's ride on board with Rocky as he starts a lap. Here in Austria, the driver making his first race of the season crosses the line to start a lap. As you can see, Lika on the right-hand side of the road rounds turn 1 very, very nicely. Down the DRS straight for turn 2 and 3. Time Lord, he thinks he is just set for P7 at the moment. Madav's just going past him, as you can see on the map. But Rocky, down the straight to turn 4. Can he get the car stopped nicely? Yes, he can. Rotates it nicely. We've got 2.5 minutes here, which is not a lot of time, but I think that'll get you 2 laps in. Around here in Austria, depends on how fast your cooldown and outlap is. Yeah, the yellow flag is Time Lord, and I think he'll be starting a lap here. Rocky, down to turn 9, turn 10. He's out of VRS here. He doesn't have much left, but he improves by 4.5 tenths, but he's still nowhere near the top 5. And Time Lord apologizes to Madav in the stream for blocking him. I saw that on the map. Probably distracting, I didn't see it. But Higgs, I think he just finished a lap, and it doesn't seem like he improved. Lika, is he on a lap? I don't think so. Fire Striker has just come out of the pit lane. I think Honsa has now just started a lap, has he? I don't think so, based on his turn 1 pace there, and he hasn't activated DRS. So he is not on a lap. What about Madav, though? I think he's on low fuel, so I doubt he'll be finishing this lap. This is not looking good for Madav. This might be P5 for Madav. I think the final 4 spots, and he invalidates the final 4 spots of the grid, has just been confirmed. It's Madav, Rocky, Time Lord, and then Rennick. But the top 4 hasn't been decided yet. Lika thinks he's cooked. I don't think so. Oh yeah, he is cooked. He's out of fuel. Fire Striker will be starting up his lap. Time Lord ahead of him. Honsa warming up his tyres for another push lap. Pigs goes into the pit, so he will not be able to get pole here in Austria. and Fire Striker starts his lap. Let's ride on board with the championship leader here in the third to last race of the season. And he goes down to turn 1, gets the car stopped nicely, hits the curb. Bit of a slide out of turn 1. But how will his first sector be as he goes up the hill to end the first sector through turn 2? He's a tenth off the pace in the first sector. Goes through turn 3 nicely. Qualifying is over. It's just Fire Striker and Honza now. Honza is on a lap, but he's going to try and protect his provisional pole as Fire Striker's got to find 6 tenths. And now, through turn 6, turn 7, how is his middle sector? He improves quite a bit here, but will it be enough to get to the front row? I don't think it will. But let's just wait for it. He rounds the final corner very nicely. Activates the OS and overtake mode. He improves. He's close to the front row. But he is P3. Time Lord is done with quali. Honza goes even quicker now. 104.5 is the pole time for Honza. Back to dominating ways for Honza, 4 tenths quicker than the rest. Well done to Honza. He is on pole for Austria. And there is the grid for the race. A very, very spread out set of times there. But DRS will put them very close to each other through this event. Here we go in Austria. The 10th race of the season gets underway. It's lights out and away we go. And Honza gets a brilliant start. Pigs drops down and he's under pressure here from Fire Striker, who's right there, but wasn't able to find a gap. And Madav somehow finds some pace through turn 1 and he's battling for P2. He's gonna try and launch it on the inside and he goes into the back of Pigs. Fire Striker goes down the inside. Can he get 3 wide just about? But Madav still fighting for P2 as he pushed Pigs off the track. And now Pigs will be wanting to fight it back as he dives it down the inside. It's 3 wide out of turn 4. Fire Strike and Madav still going side by side. Who is going to get P2 here as Honza goes into the distance? And Fire Striker seems like he's ahead of Madav, but the battle isn't resolved yet. Can Fire Striker just stay ahead of the Williams driver? He gets it. Madav is going to have to fall back in behind. Pigs now 4th. Honza leads the first lap. That was quite chaotic for the first lap of the race. Cars everywhere you look. Leaker will be wanting to get past Pigs into turn 3, but he's under pressure here from Rennick, who dives it up the inside. And I think they make a bit of contact, and I think Pigs sent it on Madav. But Madav does not want to let him pass. Pigs dives up the inside. He will not want to be kind to Madav, as Madav wasn't kind to him at turn 3. As they round turn 6. Line astern. Oh, Madav went wide. Madav went wide, and that's invited Pigs to go on by into P3. And now he'll be wanting to hunt down Fire Striker for P2. Leaker will need to make positions here. And Rocky has spun round at turn 8. So he falls way behind the pack. Leaker concedes a place to Rennick. Rennick goes on past into P5. Leaker falling down the order now. That is not ideal for the driver trying to close 5 points in the championship to Fire Striker, who is under pressure here from 2000 Pigs, who looks to go on the inside, but he backs out of it. Will he be able to go for a move into turn 4 as they go down the hill? Big slide from Time Lord in the background, but down the inside goes 2000 Pigs. The switchback gets done from Fire Striker. They're going side by side to turn 6. And around the outside goes Fire Striker. Can he get the move done? Yes, he can. He's still in P2, defending his place from 2000 Pigs. 2000 Pigs is going to have to be a bit patient here as we round the final corners to end lap 3 and we go on to lap 4. Oh, big slide from both of them out of turn 10. Pigs has the DRS. He's going to go to the right-hand side of the road and he backs out of it. He'll have a go into turn 3, I would imagine. Oh, big slide from Madav, and I think they'll concede a place to Rennick. They're going side by side over there. But at the moment, Pigs, with the DRS, goes on past Fire Striker and up into P2. And he'll be wanting to hunt down Honza for the lead. But there's contact between Rennick and Lika. Rennick went off the road, and I didn't see exactly what happened there. But Lika up into P5, but Rennick wants to get back past Lika. Will he be able to? No, he won't be able to. Oh, but he goes into the back of him a little bit. Lika gets past his teammate and goes up into P4. But Madav will be wanting to get it back. Lika has the DRS. But Pigs will send it down the inside and takes the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix. Time Lord goes into the pit lane for an early stop. Puts on the hard tyre. Madav concedes a place to his teammate, Lika, who will want to hunt down his championship rival. Rennick settles for P6 at the moment. He doesn't go for a move into turn 1. Oh, Fire Striker! Fire Striker spins round and hits a wall and is Fire Striker is out of the Austrian Grand Prix. Fire Striker is out, the championship leader. He is out. 5 points separated him and Lika coming into this race. Unbelievable. What happened to Lika? Lika, I think, had a moment. Oh, he probably didn't realize that the virtual safety car has come out. Because he was right up with them all of a sudden. The virtual safety car gets back, will get back to racing. And Time Lord gets a drive-through penalty for speeding, for exceeding the delta. Oh, but further back here, Rennick and Madav going side by side. Oh, Rennick spins round, and I think Madav gave him a helping hand there. What on earth just happened? Leads the race by 8/10. Make that a second now, as Pigs has a big slide. Wow. That was a great save from Pigs, but he's now going to be vulnerable to Lika, who is currently leading the championship based on the crash from Fire Striker. And Lika is very close to the back of 2000 Pigs. He has the DRS. He gets a slipstream. Oh, did he run into the back of them there? That was incredible. How on earth he saved that, I do not know. But did he run into the back of him there? Was he too close to the back of him, giving him a scare? I'm not too sure. I'll have to look at that back. But my word. Oh, big slide for 2000 Pigs, and I thought he was going to collect Lika then. That was so close. But now Pigs falls into P3. Another penalty for multiple warnings for Rennick. And off the road goes 2000 Pigs. Madav goes into the pit lane, comes out of the pit lane behind Rocky, who is making his debut. And he goes down into P6. Yellow flag, and that's Time Lord. And Time Lord retires from the Austrian Grand Prix, and it seems like he gives up because his dot is moving. On the map, his dot is moving, so it seems like Time Lord just gave up from the Austrian Grand Prix. Into the pit lane comes Rennick. And look at those tyres. They are damaged, they are hurt, and he puts on, what tyre is that? He puts on the hard tyre, I believe. Yep. And Medev goes up into P4, who just passed Rocky. But he now comes into the pit lane. As I was saying, he put up a bit of a fight in the early stages. But now he's just going off into the distance. So Honza goes into the pits, Lika goes into the pits, and Pigs goes into the pits as well, very aggressively, as he almost went off and hit the wall while doing so. Honza, what tyre does he put on? Honza puts on the hard tyre. Lika puts on the hard tyre. Pigs, let's see what Pigs has. They're all on the hard tyre apart from Rocky, who now comes into the pit lane. And I think he'll be going on to the hard tyre as well. The rear wing is wide open here for Rennick. He's got a 9-second time penalty, and he will have to gap Medev by 6 seconds once he gets past him. And he gets past him. But Medev, and both of them go into the wall, and that was a huge shunt. What on earth just happened there? Medev will not be happy about that one, as he just came back onto the circuit and just put them both into the wall. He's slowing up, so he might be giving the position back here to Medev, and I think that's a wise option. So, yeah. So it goes back to how it was, but Medev doesn't have a right end plate. So that's good sportsmanship from Rennick to give the place back. But still, it was a very, very ugly moment, and he gave damage to Medev. But I think there's not enough laps for him to gap him by 6 seconds, as they've got 5 laps to do it. But yeah, good on Rennick to give the place back. But it could have been sooner. But he goes down the inside of Medev. Do they make a bit more contact again? Oh, they do! They do make more contact, and into the wall goes Rennick this time. What on earth is going on here in Austria? And if these two fire themselves off here, which is a big chance, Rocky could get up into P4 today. And with the DRS, Rennick is just not close enough to go past, but Medev goes wide. Goes back onto the circuit. 3-second time penalty for Lika for multiple warnings. He will not be able to get the win today, but Rennick gets past Medev. And let's watch this battle unfold at the moment. Medev closing the gap to Rennick. Coming up to turn 3, and down the inside goes Medev. And Rennick leaves space for him. And they almost make a bit more contact, but Medev has to fall back for now. But it's going to be back-to-back wins here for Honza, here in Austria. Honza crosses the line and wins in Austria and gets a fastest lap in the meantime. What a race it has been today. But Medev and Rennick are going side by side once again. And Rocky has spun round at turn 3, but when it gets past Medev, and it's actually clean this time between these two. What a battle these two have had. Lika leads the championship now. He finishes in P2. 2,000 Pigs in P3. It's back-to-back podiums in his debut races for 2,000 Pigs. What a race. It was demolition derby out there, but Honza kept his cool, and he said, nah, I won't have any of that. I'm just going to go out and win this. And that's exactly what he did. Honza, the winner once again here in Austria, and he sprays the champagne in a well-deserved victory.
Not for you, bro. I kind of feel bad again.
And Lika is now the championship leader. This is, that was quite a race. Most overtakes goes to Medev. Driver of the day goes to Rennick. Fastest lap goes to Honza. And that was one heck of a race. Penalties galore. And that was just a crazy race. We'll see you next week when we go to the second to last race of the season in Azerbaijan. Goodbye.